I'm here with Tosin. Tosin, a good day today at the office. 4-0 at Leeds. A lot of people said, the title race is still up for grabs. Arsenal are falling off. They lost to United. There's a wobble. You know what I mean? If they lose today, that's it. Mm-hmm. Well, what can I say?
I mean, the team responded exactly how we wanted them to respond. It was a great response. I mean, it doesn't get more emphatic than that. 4-0 away to Leeds. Ellen Road, 3 p.m. We will be there. You know how it is. Under the lights, Ellen Road. 4-0. 4-0.
Yeah, I mean, I predicted 3-1 for the game. But I must admit, it was probably easier in the end than I thought it would be. I expected Leeds to be physical, to come at us a little bit. And we saw that, but I thought Arsenal coped with it really well. And once they got the first 10, 15 minutes out of the way, there's only going to be one team in it and one going to win as far as I was concerned. Do you feel the same?
Yeah, I do. I like I said in the watch-along, you can't war with Arsenal when it comes to this stuff anymore. This is not 2010. This is not Wenger's team where you think, okay, cool, we've got them. They're low on confidence. We can just bully them. We can rough them up. No, you're not going to war with Gabriel. You're not going to war with Saliba, with Rice. These are men. You're not going to, even Timber, you're not going to war with Hincapie. This is South American guy. I don't know his upbringing. You can't do this warring stuff with Arsenal. It doesn't work. And I was pleased with the guys. And I think one thing needs to be said. I'm going to pay homage to our manager. I've not been his biggest fan, and I still think he needs to win the league to prove he's the guy. But boy, Arteta showed some real cojones. He had a lot of cojones today. In the terms of the change.
I assume you're talking about the change of
Absolutely.
Odegaard coming out of the team.
Absolutely.
And I must admit, when we found out that he wasn't playing, I automatically assumed that Eze would be in the 10, but he went for Havertz. Now, what was your thoughts on Havertz's game today?
I initially wanted Eze, but I could understand why Havertz played. Obviously, he played against Kyra, and like I said in the watch-along, I think why I liked Havertz's inclusion today is because it signaled us being willing to play a different way in terms of how we attack teams. What I liked with the Havertz and Gyökeres partnership is that even though you didn't really see much of a lot of link-up today, I just like the fact that we have another body in the box because it felt like almost when Eze or Odegaard were there was a guy there, but it didn't really feel like there was a guy there because I didn't see anyone in those zones, those half spaces impacting the game. Why not take that person out if they're not impacting the game? And kind of when we attack, it looks like a 4-4-2, which is kind of what we got today. And I'm here for that.
Would you persist with that for the Chelsea game or the Sunderland game moving forward? Or
yeah,
do you think
it
was pretty much a one-off tactic? Do you think he'll use that again?
I think he's going to use that again. And truth be told, you kind of need things like this. Watching as a neutral observer, watching what City have done well. I'm not trying to say Arteta's Guardiola, but you've seen this. You've seen Guardiola do this time and time again. When City have won league title, think about the treble season where it looked for a long time like Arsenal were going to run away with it and City was struggling. He says, okay, you know what? I'm going to play a back four of the two centre-backs. I'm going to play John Stones. I'm going to play Ruben Diaz. I'm going to play Akanji, a centre-back, right-back. I'm going to play another centre-back. And I'm going to give John Stones license to come more into midfield. That changed their season. That changes. And sometimes as a manager, you have to be willing to make these big calls, big decisions that people are going to think, what are you doing? This is strange. This is weird. And that's what Arteta did today. So it's not that Havertz is this amazing player or he's going to change. No, it's just that there was a change. Right. There was something to go against the
Make it a bit less predictable.
Yeah. And we have been predictable. We have been still change it up. So I think you're going to see this a lot more this season.
Okay. Let's talk about Noni Madueke because he got the call late. Bukayo Saka got injured in the warm-up. So Madueke got the starting berth, and there was a lot of pressure on him going into this game. A lot of people talking about his so-called lack of end product. But I thought today, after the first 10, 15 minutes where he was a little bit indifferent, but he grew into the game, ended up pretty much winning the game for Arsenal in that first half with those 2 assists. What did you make of his performance today?
Non-Zeno. Nah, I was pleased for him, man, because I like Noni as a person. And I genuinely like him. I even like him. I don't think he's good enough for what we need from that position, but I like him as a player. So you naturally, especially someone who's so positive and direct, you always want to see players like that do well. And you're just thinking, bro, where's the end product? So I was pleased for him today because he didn't start off great, but then as he grew into the game and started taking on his man, I thought the delivery for the first goal was class. Class. And the thing is, a lot of people won't clock what he did, but some say, okay, maybe he took a bit longer. No, but because if you actually watch the movements of the plays, it's almost like he's deliberately delayed and then allowed people to get onside, then puts the ball into the box. I thought that was class. And then, of course, the delivery was really good as well. Keeper makes a mess of it, but I was happy for Noni. So let's hope that this can be, I don't know, something to ignite him and he can start getting some more goals and assists now.
Absolutely. Victor Gyökeres, another player who came into this game with a lot of scrutiny. Let's be honest, there have been opportunities that he's not taken so far this season. And indeed, in the game, there was one that he should really have scored. A guy of his quality should really be scoring that. As we're looking at the game, we've just seen West Ham go a goal up against Chelsea, against the run of play. But anyway, so he missed that first opportunity, one he should really have taken. But to be fair to Gyökeres, and this is something that we've seen from him this season, he doesn't let it get to him too much. He carried on fighting away and he got his goal at the end.
Yeah, I think was it Christian that said it? One thing about Gyökeres you can't say is he doesn't give up, and I'll give him that. I still think the quality is lacking. I think the technical ability is lacking severely. And funnily enough, I don't really care about all of that if you get the goals. The goals have been lacking, but guess what? He scored against Kairat. He's got 4 in his past 6 or something.
I know he's up to 6 in the Premier League, which isn't that bad. You compare him to a lot of the other strikers in the Premier League. That's probably quite favourable.
Yeah, it's quite favourable, but I would at this stage of the season I would have backed Gyökeres to have more goals than Calvert-Lewin. I think he'll probably finish with more goals than Calvert-Lewin. But that being said, I'm pleased for him. I'm pleased that he got the goal. We needed that third goal to really kill the game. Hopefully
I've got to be honest, every time I see him, he appears to be getting incrementally better.
Yeah, he was a lot better today. That's a good thing. And I think one thing we can say is you can miss me with all of the whole, attracting guys. I've not really seen him affect the way we play from a hold-up point of view and from a finishing point of view. Today, okay, he had that chance, but at least he scores. But his hold-up play in the first half, usually I see the defenders bully him. But today, it's like he relished his battle with, Pascal Struijk? And he got the better of him on a lot of occasions, spun him, turned him, knit things together. Probably other than that loose touch from the Hincapié throw-in the first half, I thought outside of the box, in terms of link-up, he was good today.
And the other pleasing aspect today is that we had our other striker came on, Jesus, scored arguably the best goal of the day. I thought it was a brilliant goal. He too had a chance just prior to that, which he should have scored and he didn't.
2 chances.
Yeah, and then the one he scored was a real worldie. So, I was pleased about that. But 4-0 to Arsenal. Talk about what that means now for the title race. Because, this was a big win today for Arsenal. A lot of people, after last week, were doubting whether Arsenal could, if not stay on top. The people were saying that this could be the start of an implosion. I think today what Arsenal have shown is that they're very much in control of things and they've got things back on track. Yeah,
I think this was a performance that said we're here to stay. We're here to stay. Like, this is not the Arsenal of old. And even with all the wobbles, you'd have to look for someone who genuinely believe that we're not going to win the league after this. Like, I've heard that only from rivals. Everyone I know that's Arsenal is still backing this team to win the league. I don't know if people are saying, your own fans, internal. No. A lot of the fans I've spoken to, they still back us to win the league. Bar a few. Allah, you know who I'm talking about. I still think the team is winning the league. Nothing's changed for me. The United loss didn't change anything. The draws didn't change anything. It's nervy. We're probably gonna have more nervy moments as we go along. But you know what it is. We're gonna win the league anyway.
Sounds good to me. Cheers, mate. Nice.
Travelling to away games has never been easier, especially with Rocket Mobile.
Unlimited data, unlimited everything in the UK. When you leave the UK, it's 20 gig of roaming data. Life is very easy.
£16 a month, no hassle.
How you doing?
You're doing all right? And this is what you get in Europe.
Hello. Tony Ellis.
Come on, Thank you so much.
You're the man.